All right. What's up, everybody? I'm here to do another video on a company that I've mentioned in my videos, but I never talked about them and how they helped me and changed my life around. And that's Virta Health. Virta Health, y'all. I was first introduced to this company about two and a half years ago. Never heard of them. Never knew what they was about until the company that I work for switched from a company called Livongo. I don't know if you ever heard of those called Livongo, and they help with diabetes too, but not quite like Virta Health do, going in depth on helping you maintain diabetes. So when I finally got hooked up with Virta Health, when I pulled up the information from my email that they sent me, the first thing that popped up is it said, we help with reversing type 2 diabetes and weight loss. And the first thing I said was, what the hell are y'all talking about? What the hell is reverse? I know what reverse mean. I just didn't know what reversing diabetes type 2 meant. And until I just really got off into it, read it, found out what they do, finally got registered with them. And all I had to do was go on the website, put in my job information, my employee ID and all that, and boom, my information came right up. So I'm like, what do y'all do? We got this whole reversal plan that we do, and that starts with changing your eating habits. Changing your eating habits. Not trying to sell me something, but changing your eating habits. I still really didn't understand. Okay, what I gotta do? First of all, you gotta talk to the Verters got they got doctors. You get with the doctor, you're scheduled to go in and do some blood work somewhere, uh, and do blood work, and then once we get that information back, and they, if you ever heard with LabCorp also do blood work, and that's who they deal with. You got LabCorp, then you got Quest, and that's who they do all they labs with, is with LabCorp. So I had to set up with LabCorp to go do a blood sample. And in the meantime, they told me, do not stop taking your medication. Uh, don't change your eating. Don't change no eating diets yet until we get back with you on your blood work. So about a week went by. They got back with me and told me on this day, um, just start on this Verta eating plan, uh, Verta friendly foods that they call it. Start on that, and then we'll get back with you on when you drop your medication. So about a week, maybe 2 weeks later, they emailed me and said, on this day, stop taking your medication. Okay, so I did it. In the meantime, I didn't start eating there, was trying to get myself through their Virta Health and Virta friendly foods to eat while on this plan. And in the beginning, I struggled with this plan because there was so much food on there that was on it that they wanted you to stay away from in order to make this work. And they said, "In will you be able to go back and eat these foods? Sure, you will. But when you eat them, you got to eat them in moderation. You got to eat them in moderation. But right now, this plan here, you got to stick with this plan. It's going to take about 2 years to get this thing turned around. So don't expect nothing to happen overnight, because it's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen. But so I got on the plan, and man, almost for the first year, man. I mean, my numbers was all over. They were just struggling. I was struggling with this thing, man. And it was times I just want to just give up and say, you know what, this ain't working. I'm gonna go back to my eating what I want to eat and get back on medication. But I stuck to it, and I stayed on those. I, I stayed on these Virta friendly foods to eat. I did that, and then all of a sudden, my numbers start turning around, and they start going down. They start going down in a major way because I struggled for the first year and a half, going on 2, with my numbers, but they finally start coming around. And this company here really don't get enough praise because this company here, Virta Health, is not trying to sell you nothing. They're not trying to sell you nothing. The only thing they selling is go out there in the grocery store and buy the right foods. Everything for me, my equipment that they sent to me, uh, a glucose monitor, uh, everything that I need to check my blood. I got a weight scale. They sent me magnesium pills to take because during this process of getting over what you got going on with emptying out all this carbohydrate that you're getting rid of, and now you feel to be on a low carb diet, at some point you're gonna start cramping up because now your body's, I guess, kind of going through withdrawals, I guess you can say. That's why I was taking the magnesium, but I only took the magnesium pills for a little while, and then I stopped because I didn't have to take them no more. I think about a month I was taking them, but they sent me that. They sent me a food scale. I still use that, and that was it. And all this was around $300 to $400 worth of equipment that they sent me for free. Well, it ain't actually free, but you paying for all this through your job insurance. But they not selling you nothing. They not selling you nothing. They not telling you you can still eat this, and this, but take this medicine. And on top of that, buy this tea that I found and drink that with it. That'll help you. They're not doing none of that. This company not doing none of that. Virta Health is the truth. This is the first time I ever heard of reversing type 2 diabetes. And I did it all through food. That's it. I didn't take no special medications. I didn't buy no special whatever. I stayed away from all the stuff that they say is good for you as a diabetic, and it's not. Like that Lucerna, that Boost, um, the diet sodas, all that stuff is still bad for you. It's still bad for you. I, I don't know when the last time I drank a soda. And when I do drink a soda, it's the zero. I drink a zero Coke or Pepsi or Dr. Pepper before I drink a diet Dr. Pepper or Pepsi or Coke. And that's once I probably done drunk over the last 3 years, I probably done drunk probably not even 5 sodas. That's how far gone I am from sugar. Sugar is gone from my life now. So if you ever need some inspiration from a bigger company, other than me just coming over here talking about my journey, go on YouTube and type in Virta Health, and they will tell you all about what they do. This company here is the truth, and they're not trying to sell you nothing. They're just trying to get people better. And changing your eating habits is the first step of reversing diabetes. I promise you. It's hard, it's hard, it's hard to get this started. But once you get started and get in your head that you can do this, man, once you start feeling better and walking with a good pep in your step, you're going to know why that pep in your step is good now, because you changed your eating habits. And you don't have to be sick to do this. You don't have to be sick. You can do this now. Save yourself a long line of trouble to come in the years to come by not changing eating habit. You know, so this can be done. This same formula to reverse diabetes also work with weight loss. Same difference. I don't have a weight issue, but this same thing works just like that. You lower your carbohydrate intakes and you start eating the good fats that's out there, and that weight will come off. When I first started this plan, I was 155. Well, a lot of y'all might say, well, 155 is not that much. Well, that's too much for my height and age. 155. I dropped down to 138, by around 138. I'm averaging around about 140 now. And I dropped all that. I dropped that weight just by changing my eating habits. Didn't do no exercise and didn't do nothing. Not saying exercise is not good, because it's good exercise too, but I didn't have to do that. I just changed my eating habits. I lowered my carbohydrate intake. I don't eat those foods I don't need to eat no more. So give this company, check them out. Check them out on YouTube. And if your company that you work for don't have Virta Health, you need to go to your HR and say, we need these people, because they all about changing your life and giving you a better way of life. And if your doctor is not on board with this, you need to find your new doctor. If your doctor is not on board with you reversing your diabetes and doing this on your own and doing it with food versus doing it with medicine, you need to move on from this doctor, because he ain't on board with you or she ain't on board with you. Find somebody else that's on board with your plan, what you got going. Take your own life back over. Take it over. Like I said, this is just a quick video that I want to do on this company, because they don't get enough pub right now. Don't talk about them much, and I say something here and there about Virta Health. But go check them out. This company is the truth. It's the truth. Thank you very much. For more if you like this information and you're getting some kind of education behind it, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.